Hello. I have one YouTube follower and I follow her too. She often inspires me through her questions or through her um, point of view about the topic of narcissistic abuse recovery and narcissism in general. Um, Based on this, today I want to speak about something. What is the default emotional state, the condition of the narcissist? It is emotional dysregulation and reactivity. Emotional dysregulation in the narcissist comes from experiencing peace. So when a narcissist experiences a peaceful person or a peaceful family or a peaceful situation, their own dysfunction compulsively explodes into a display of either internalized aggression or externalized aggression, meaning they have to become the center of attention of the peaceful situation they experience by either becoming depressive or sad or have any form of displayed emotional dysregulation. Can be they become angry and have to show it to everybody, something is not right with them, or they find a more uh, yeah, you know, an aggression that is more aimed at the outside, so a more overt aggression. So this is the dysregulative default state of the narcissism. Of the narcissist, the narcissist is regulated and stable and very happy if if the external situation they experience is chaotic, if there is people suffering, and there is no peace, there is division, there's traumatized children, there's somebody crying, there's somebody sad, there is somebody suffering. That's when the narcissist is regulated. Okay? So, and they are reactive. They are reactive to exactly these two different outside situations. If the outside is peaceful and harmonic and people are interconnected, they feel excluded because they don't know this feeling. That's why they show a display of internalized or externalized aggression to become part of this harmony. That's how the fantasy goes. Um, so the reactivity is aimed to connect them to the regulated outside situation. This process is known as external regulating. So borderliners and narcissists are externally regulating, probably psychopath too. Um, so they are the default state of them, they are always reactive. They react to peace, aggressive, and they react to chaos through grandiosity, through a grandiose display of their own happiness. There we see the sadistic tendency. If others are sad, they are happy. It's literally like that. Um, so I've also observed, or I think also a concept of me is, sorry, I'm focused and at the same time a little bit drained from the day, is that what I told you right now, sadism, uh, we have analyzed, found out that Sadism is a combination of inverted joy, meaning the absence of joy. There is no real joy because there's no self-regulation. There is no inner peace, as I told you before. Therefore, in the absence of real joy and natural motivators, so they are excluded from the peace and the harmony. Peace and harmony must be coerced and happen within the safe space of a cult-like environment that is brutally tailored to the needs of the narcissist and the psychopath. So, in the absence of joy, they need to experience an inverted form of joy, which is sadism. And it's only possible through negative self esteem, because negative self esteem puts you in a fight or flight situation, which makes you the victim of your own self esteem, of the lack of your own self esteem. The narcissist can play victim as an internal justification of the abuse, as an internal justification for taking desperate measures to do what's necessary. You know, the narcissist is the real victim here, so it's okay that he can victimize anyone he wants, and he is also disconnected from all morality because he has given up on himself. So why should he follow moral rules? Moral rules at the end of the day have two different forms of consequences. If you're behaving immoral, you might have a bad conscience. You feel bad. The narcissist does not have a bad conscience. They can't have that, all right? They have no consciousness at all. Or you will burn in hell. Or you go to jail, or you go to asylum and get medical treatment. All of this is also is not in the narcissist's world. It's not happening in the narcissist's world. Okay, so this means it disconnects them from moral implications and provides them with a substitute for joy. Real joy is a multitude of emotional is a multitude of emotions, and actually every emotion, sadness, a mixture of sadness and melancholy or achievements or whatever makes you happy is a mixture of many colors and nuances and goes into the cannabinoid system of the body as well. The narcissist only knows dopamine rush or no dopamine rush. And sadism gives them a dopamine rush, which is better than no dopamine rush. So that's how the brain works. They are addicted to the abuse. They're addicted to sadism because their brains are pleasure seeking machines, compulsive machines. Okay? Um, they're deeply hedonistic. They think this is it. Or, no, let me say, hedonism is a concept, it's actually a philosophical concept, but narcissists always use concepts, they hijack concepts to explain their own dysfunction. So they will say, this lifestyle that I do is hedonistic. You know, we are hedonists. We are in the club, in the joy club, and we just instant gratificate our bodies through indulge in our behavior, in our filthy behavior. So they are excluded from the world of the nuances of real joy, of the rewards of the cannabinoid system, which would require a functioning body chemistry. This is the motivational system of the body, okay? And they're excluded, therefore they become envious and can take desperate measures in forms of sadism. I've also observed that envy is the drive that leads to this sadistic behavior that is negative self-esteem, and inverted joy. And envy is the driving force, but it goes further. The narcissist perceives the envy on others as a threat to his grandiosity. So he is grandiose. So why is he now envious on people who have real joy, real emotions, consciousness, harmony, connection to each other, etc.? He perceives this as a direct attack. The peace of other people is a direct attack on his grandiosity, because he's not experiencing the peace. He's excluded, and therefore he has to revenge by invert the situation through sadistic behavior and make others envious on them. This is the revenge for making the narcissist envious is now he wants you to be envious on him. Okay? Um, yeah, so as I told you, they are reactive and dysregulated and envious. So and sadistic. So they at the end of the day want to make you reactive to them, envious to them, dysregulated, and if necessary, even sadistic. Because if you become as bad as them, they can flip the script and really become the victim that they use as the outside narration of what they do. They are the victim always. So this process, wait a second, this process leads to this perception or experience that many people have, that the narcissist projects their own childhood trauma onto you, because this is the worst thing they can imagine. The worst thing, the most painful torture they could imagine would be that you feel like they feel. This is why they try to create the same emotional quality of that what has broken them and turned them into the disconnected, bitter figure that they are, excluded from positive emotions, excluded from real peace in a social situation that is not coerced and cult-like. Um, yeah, excluded from the emotional life of a healthy person, excluded from life and the world. So they want you to feel the same thing. This is why they use these strategies of manipulation, leading to the isolation of people through the processes that I describe on my channel. So you need to subscribe and binge everything that I have on my channel. Um, if you want to know how these things work, the inversions they try to make. But I just wanted to lead up to this point where we have the feeling as if they want to project their own childhood trauma on us, which also lets our own childhood trauma resurface, which is a great opportunity to work on ourselves. Um, to me, it even felt as if the narcissist wants to put a problem onto me that broke him, that he could not solve. And then he wanted to see me either break, which would have um, rebuilt his grandiosity, then he could say, see, this person can bear it. Or I would have solved it and they can follow up, presenting themselves as the original person who solved the problem. Both of these are fantasies, delusional fantasies, like always with narcissists, but it's just the perception of an empathetic, analytical victim of narcissism. We feel as if the narcissist projects their childhood trauma on us to witness, somehow maybe to even let us find a way to solve it so that the narcissist can follow up, of course in a grandiose way, as if the narcissist has solved the problem themselves. But it's not that easy, my dear friends and narcissists, because the result of this is always that you stuck in more dysfunction, more shame, more guilt, and fail once again. But hey, you have this parachute line attached to all of your concepts that you have predicted you will fail, and you have predicted you're the victim. So it's all good. Just start another cycle, but next time look for another target, because I will you it was just, I use an artificial intelligence tool that filters swear words. Therefore, you couldn't hear my voice right now. But it's all good. It's all safe. See you in the next video. Hope I made some sense to you. Or maybe I have confused some people. And then I'm very sorry for that. I will revisit the video and see whether it makes sense to me. Thank you for watching.